But I hear you the best with both of them working in tandem.
Right. Well, my PS2000 is old and wore out. I got a bad relay. I use this to kind of contact. And I got two other ones that are starting to get there too. There's 7 of them total. And I ain't putting any more money into this thing, and I don't feel like working on it. So it has now been turned into a very elaborate scanner. And that's what it's function is. A big scanner at that, but that's what it can be. It works great on HF. This 2 meters is giving me a hard time.
Is that the radio you used when the 7300 was getting repaired?
Yeah.
And what happened? It just went?
No, I used it, and then when the radio came back, I just took it over on the left-hand side, and I hooked it back up to 2 meters. I used it to listen to the aircraft and the emergency message services. It's got a pretty good open receive on it. And occasionally 2 meters to talk to some of the locals. And when I redid my desk here, I moved it over to the right, and I fired it up on HF. It was working fine. I went over to 2 meters, and my receiver was down. It was way down. So I thought something was really, really, bad, like a component, but it ended up being a relay. And but after checking out that relay and looking at the part number, there's like 4 others with that same part number in here. And they check out good now, but I don't want to have to just keep changing relays. This thing was bought in like 2007 or something like that, so it's time it's just going to retire it. I'm just going to use it for listening to the shortwave, the local stuff here, the aircraft and the EMS. Now I need to get me an all-mode 2 meter radio. So I'm either looking at the IC 9700, which is a bit pricey. I don't really want to spend that much. Or that IC 7100, I think that's a 2 meter all mode too, and that would fit the bill. Now, I know it's only 50 watts out. This one was 100 watts out, but I think I could live with that.
Yeah. I'm thinking of picking up an HT, just for like D-Star or Fusion. Play around with that. Keep it in my office. I might get myself one of those. The 7100, is that the touchscreen?
It's the black and white one that has that little console head that props up in front of you. It's not real pleasing to look at. It's not a color screen.
What's up, James?
It doesn't really have a pan adapter. It's got a band scanner, but it looks like you're looking at a cityscape, and it cuts the receive out when it does the scan. So it doesn't have a pan adapter. It doesn't have a built-in tuner, but I think there's an accessory plug in the back to where you could plug in a tuner. So it has its shortcomings, but that's what makes it cheap, I guess. Cheaper than the 9700. The IC 9700 is just like the 7300, except for it's 2 meters, 70 centimeters, and 1.2 gigs it does. And it does, I'm pretty sure, I think it does 100 watts, 50 watts, maybe 100 watts on 2 meters. The TX2000 does 100 watts on 2 meters. That's what was desirable about it at the time. The check in the box at the time. But so I would love to have the matching radio to the 7300, but it makes $1,600. I mean, I use 2 meters, but I don't use it that much. I will maybe when I get my tower up and I put a 2 meter beam in. I might get into some of that 2 meter sideband stuff. But I don't know if it's worth the money I do over that. It's really a good satellite radio. And the 7100, I think it's a 2 meter, which I think it is. 50 watts a bag. I can always put a brick on it.
Well, if you get the 9700, you got to at least get a 2 meter 440 egg beater up on the tower and do some satellite work. That thing is like that. I would, at the next shack, I want to have a little satellite array set up, and that would be the radio to use, man. It's a beautiful radio.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I used to use TS2000 for back in the day. I had me a little tripod with 2 circle polarized antennas, one for 70 centimeters, one for 2 meters. And, I worked birds. I did. I loved it. And, I don't know if I'll get back into that, but I'd like to do 2 meter sideband. The guys down in Florida right now, they're all out on that 2 meter sideband. They're running 1500 watts. They're running a pair of 13 B2s, big antennas. But that 8 meter antenna is a good antenna. Also, they make that little squalo. You ever hear of those?
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are good too. So wait, do you think you could hit Florida on 1500 watts?
Oh yeah. They're talking from Jacksonville to Panama City to Fort Walton Beach. That's where my 3 friends are all located. They talk to each other, and then they talk to some people up in North Carolina, which is it's about 100 miles north of me to get there. So they talk up to North Carolina on 2 meter sideband. They usually get on about 5 o'clock in the morning, and they hang out there till about 6 or 7, and like we do on 80. And so I'd like to jump into that, but I don't know if I'll need a whole 1500 watts. I might be able to pull it off at like a 300 watt ring.
Yep. Well, height's everything with that. You get that beam up real high. that'll be better. If you're at 60 feet with 300 watts, it's probably better than being at 40 feet with 1500.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Once the tower goes up, that'll all change. But I'm thinking about getting 13 B2. I used them before, and they still sell them. And that was a good performer with just 100 watts. I used to talk up into Atlanta from Panama City to a buddy of ours up there. So it'll work. I know it'll work. It's just the right stuff. And I wish the 9700 was at least about $1,200. At 16, it comes out to like $1,700 and change. And I don't use 2 meters because I have this one here. I don't use 2 meters over at night. So I never heard that change.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's why I think I'm gonna get myself a little dual band HT with some Fusion or D-Star. That could be fun.
Right, and the 9700 and the 7100 have D-Star. That was another, I never dabbled in that, so I'll have that on hand. I might end up using that more than anything else, who knows?
Yeah, I've had HTs before over the last few years, and then I sell them right away because I think I'm never going to use it. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to use D-Star or Fusion, and then you don't even need a repeater. You just set up an access point through your internet at your house, and you could talk anywhere.
Yeah, I think the 9700 could be its own D-Star repeater. It can go into repeater mode and be a D-Star repeater. But yeah, you can get those and be in business. But I think we have a couple local repeaters here too. Yeah, that's something to dabble in. I guess ICOM is D-Star, and then you have Fusion, and then Richard Black Fusion, and then Cameron has something, Motorola has something. They do sell a device that you can use in the carrier radio with. And it'll give you all 3 flavors of that digital stuff. But everybody I talk to, my friends and everything else, they go to D-Star, ICOM D-Star.
I think there's a station in there. I've got horrible static crashes. I don't have a great copy. Why don't you come back?
Roger. Yeah, I think the clear node. It'll also be able to be set up as a phone node and an echo link node. Another radio to look into with ESON capabilities is the ICOM 4100A. You can put it in terminal mode or gateway mode and use it with a Steel Oscar 4 in November.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, well, that ICOM radio you're talking about, it's not all mode sideband, right? 2 meter? Right. Yaesu 710, Doug. Do you do any,
man, I'm having a hard time hearing you now. The crash is getting worse, Dom. Say that again?
I said, the new Yaesu FT710, have you looked into any of that? Is that an old mode, shack in the box?
No, I don't know. I know what radio you're talking about, but I didn't look into it. Is that the one that goes up to gigahertz?
It's HF only.
It's HF only.
Yeah. No, I don't know. All right, Tom. This isn't getting fun anymore. Oh, man. I'm getting like 30 dB static crashes. There's a big storm off the coast. So I'll say 73 to you. I hope you have a beautiful week. I'll probably be on again at the end of the week, all right?
All right, man. Take care. Stay safe. W4DOM and good afternoon to the other gentlemen.
All right. 73, Dom, and the other gentleman out there, thanks for jumping in. KB2UKA clear.
KA4USA. KA4USA, Kilo Oscar 4, Tango Lima November. How are you, sir?
Roger. Yeah, we got a copy on. There's a little noise in there with you, but name's Frank at Lexington, Kentucky. Go ahead.
Roger. Handle here is Bravo India Lima. Loading it. Back to you.
Well, let me change the antenna so if I can pull you in. Talk to me there a minute.
Roger. Yeah, you helped me out before trying to troubleshoot that 2-matic with the Tar Heel tuner.